أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. Indeed, those who disbelieve, it is all the same for them whether you warn them or do not warn them. They will not believe. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and upon their vision is a veil, and for them is a great punishment. For the perception of this ayah, let's discuss the term kufr. Literal meaning of kufr are to hide something, to cover up something. Like a farmer, he hides a seed in the ground, he covers it up. That's why in Arabic, a farmer is also called a kafir. Kafir with its literal sense. The same way the clouds, they cover up the moon, stars, especially at the night time. So the night cloud is also named as kafir in Arabic. In terms of our religion, a person who gets the invitation of the truth and he understands it well, yet he rejects it, then he is called a kafir. And this act of rejection after clear understanding is called kufr. Kufr is of two types, major and minor, kufr akbar and kufr asghar. The major kufr, kufr akbar, is the opposite of Islam, that whoever commits it, he is out of the fold of Islam. Like if someone negates the concept of akhirah, or do not believe in Allah to be alone, ma'azallah, or say that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not the last prophet, then this kufr is kufr akbar, which derives a person out of Islam. So he is not a Muslim anymore. While kufr asghar is the opposite of iman. Whoever commits this kufr will remain a Muslim, but iman in his heart is doubtful. For example, if a person swears by other than Allah, then he is committing kufr asghar. So he is not out of Islam, he is still a Muslim, but iman in his heart is doubtful. As our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever swears an oath by anything other than Allah has committed shirk. Right now, in this ayah, Kufr Akbar is being mentioned. So the people, those who were given invitation towards the truth, and they understood it, yet they denied, they committed Kufr Akbar. Then not all of them are being addressed in this ayah. It refers to those whose kufr was of the greatest level due to the arrogance. Just like Iblis, the shaitan. As for him, his own self, his own false highness was the most important. Such kind of arrogance results in this kind of high degree kufr akbar. And for such people, even the chances that they will accept the truth and submit themselves are not there anymore. Otherwise, we see that at the times of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that many kafirin, with time their stubbornness broke and they embraced Islam. Although they took quite a lot of time, yet finally they entered the fold of Islam. Hence, these ayat refer towards only one kind of kafirin, the most stubborn, arrogant kafirin. And only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows who does fall in this category. No other can decide this. Now let's look at the word indar. Indar means to warn out of great concern and compassion. It is an effective warning which clearly indicates the danger people are going towards. Our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent as a Nadhir and a Bashir, the one who warns and the one who gives good tidings. إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. Indeed, those who disbelieve, it is all the same for them, whether you warn them or do not warn them, they will not believe. This ayah mentions that warning such people will have no effect anymore. But this ayah do not say that a person shouldn't warn them. It is just an information that nothing more can be done for such people. Then the next ayah tells us why is it like that. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and over their vision is a veil, and for them is a great punishment. Khatama means a seal that nothing can enter or leave. So nothing good enters and no good comes out of their hearts. Khatamallahu ala qulubihim. Their hearts have lost the ability of inclination towards the righteousness which was given to them by nature. So their nature has been deformed. Instead of liking justice, they dislike it. Where feeling of kindness and mercy should appear, they show no mercy. The feeling of gratitude is completely gone. Instead of disliking evil, they like it and are very satisfied with it. Hence their hearts have been sealed. Another ayah in the Quran mentions, فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. And when they deviated, Allah caused their hearts to deviate. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing as well. The hearing is sealed. Hence their ability to hear the call for the guidance, righteousness is gone, as their hearts don't move at all at any kind of warning, admonition, or even requests. وَعَلَىٰ أَبْصَارِهِمْ غِشَاوَةٌ. And over their vision is a veil. Their eyes are covered, so they have gone blind to the truth. Hearts, ears, and eyes are tools given to us so we can use them to get the guidance. But if we do not use these abilities of ours for their purpose, their ability to seek guidance will be gone. Like if you do not use your eyes covering them up for long enough, the ability of seeing will be gone. This is law of nature, that if a thing is not used for its purpose, its ability to do so is gone. We learn in Suratul Araf, and we have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and the mankind. They have hearts with which they do not understand. They have eyes with which they do not see. And they have ears with which they do not hear. They are like livestock. Rather, they are more astray. It is they who are the heedless. Then such people on the day of judgment, they will say it themselves. وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. And they will say, if only we had been listening or reasoning, we would not be among the companions of the blaze. But what is the cause that drives a person to such a state? Let's see what the Quran tells us more about this. In Surah Yasin we learn, indeed we have put shackles on their neck, and they are to their chins, so they are with heads kept aloft. And we have put before them a barrier, and behind them a barrier, and covered them, so they do not see. And it is all the same for them, whether you warn them or do not warn them, they will not believe. إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. You can only warn one who follows the message and fears the most merciful unseen. So give him good tidings of forgiveness and noble reward. Indar, the warning, works for only those who follow the zikr, admonition, reminders. They do not reject them. They give them due importance. They don't just overlook or avoid the dhikr. Then they fear Allah ar-Rahman when they have not seen Him, as everyone will fear on the day of judgment or when he sees the angels of death. Test is to fear before the time is gone. Khashiyat is a fear which is of someone you have not seen, but it is due to the greatness of His. But for these people, their hearts are full of their own false greatness. They fail to realize the greatness of the one who is truly the greatest. To Him alone the grandeur belongs. Also, sometimes our desires drive us to this worst category, as it has been mentioned in the Quran. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ وَأَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ وَخَتَمَ عَلى سَمْعِهِ وَقَلْبِهِ وَجَعَلَ عَلى بَصَرِهِ غِشَاوَةً فَمَن يَهْدِيهِ مِن بَعْدِ اللَّهِ أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Have you seen he who has taken his God his own desire, and Allah has sent him astray due to knowledge, and has set a seal upon his hearing and his heart, and put over his being a veil. So who will guide him after Allah? Then will you not be reminded? This ayah clearly mentions that if a person, even after knowledge, do not change his ways, that he is just a person of his desires, then he will also fall in this category. Ma'azallah. Our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam makes it clear for us. Verily, when the servant commits a sin, a black mark appears upon his heart. If he abandons the sin, seeks forgiveness, and repents, then his heart will be polished. If he returns to the sin, the blackness will be increased until it overcomes his heart. It is covering that Allah has mentioned. No, rather a covering is over their hearts for what they have earned. We understand that this seal upon their abilities is due to their own sins and rejection of the truth back again and again. But why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers this seal towards Himself? That Allah has sealed their hearts, their hearing, and their vision has gone blind. It can have many explanations, and one of them is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides for them that they will not be given the guidance anymore. The guidance is from Allah. No other can guide us. إن الذين لا يؤمنون بآيات الله لا يهديهم الله. Surely Allah does not guide those who do not believe in His signs given in His revealed book and His created universe. Decisions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are always just. He does not guide people by force. Inna hadaynahu sabila imma shakiran wa imma kafura. We showed him the way, whether he be grateful or ungrateful. Only those who truly deserve are given the blessing of guidance. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. And those who strive hard for us, we shall most certainly guide them to our ways. We should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should be always humble and serious when it comes to the obedience of Allah and His Rasul. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Man yu'min billahi yahdi kalbah. Whoever believes in Allah, He guides his heart. Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha'u wa yahdi ilayhi man yunib. Allah draws unto Himself everyone who is willing, and guides unto Himself everyone who turns unto Him. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.